Nigel Farage questions Keir Starmer over unannounced policy shift. You're not going to believe what Nigel Farage just said about Keir Starmer. While most of the country was glued to headlines about cabinet reshuffles and Tory resignations, something quiet was unfolding behind closed doors. And now, Farage is calling it out. He claims Starmer has made a major political move, one that wasn't announced, wasn't debated publicly, and definitely wasn't voted on. Farage is calling it an unspoken shift, a policy direction that, in his words, the public was never meant to see coming. Let's break down exactly what happened and why people are suddenly paying attention. It started with a subtle change in Labour's messaging, specifically around immigration policy. Just a few months ago, Keir Starmer's team was sounding firm on border control. They promised tighter enforcement, better cooperation with international partners, and no return to open-door policies. But behind the scenes, something changed. Farage, during a recent appearance on GB News, pointed to leaked internal memos from Labour strategists' memos suggesting that Starmer may be preparing to soften immigration caps in exchange for broader trade talks with EU officials. Now, is that illegal? No. Is it uncommon in politics? Also no. But what set Farage off is how quietly it's being handled. If you believe in it, say it. If you're planning it, explain it. Don't pretend to be firm on borders while privately planning to open the gates, he said, mid-broadcast. The segment has since gone viral, clocking millions of views in under 24 hours. And what's more, he wasn't the only one raising eyebrows. Political insiders say Labour's position has been fluid for months, especially with an election on the horizon. A former campaign advisor reportedly told The Spectator, "It's all about the red wall. Starmer doesn't want to sound too London-centric, so he keeps the rhetoric tough. But in practice, he's courting Brussels again hard." And that's exactly what's fueling public suspicion. One user on X, formerly Twitter, wrote, "Labour sounds like Brexit, governs like Blair. You can't have it both ways." Another added, "I'd rather be lied to bluntly than sold something with a smile." Comments like these flooded social platforms after Farage's clip aired, and while many dismissed him as overly dramatic, others admitted, he may have a point. At the center of this storm is a quiet, ongoing negotiation part of Labour's wider attempt to rebuild post-Brexit EU ties. On the surface, this sounds reasonable. Economic cooperation is necessary. Border fluidity, trade frameworks, visa regulations, all that's up for review. But Farage says Labour is walking a fine line between diplomacy and deception. This isn't just policy evolution, he argued. It's political theater they're performing for one crowd while writing the real script somewhere else. And again, no official document has confirmed a signed deal or specific legal arrangement. But that's what makes this explosive. The ambiguity, the silence, the absence of clear public messaging on such a major issue. Meanwhile, the Conservative bench has jumped on it. One MP anonymously told The Telegraph, "If Labour thinks it can realign the UK with EU migration policies without telling voters, they're delusional." Even some Labour voters expressed concern. In a London-based focus group, one woman said, "I voted Starmer for stability, not secrecy. If he's making deals, we need to know what they are before the election, not after." Let's be clear, no law has been broken. There's no confirmed scandal here, no leaked contract, no whistleblower exposing illegal activity. But that might be exactly why this is resonating with voters. Because in today's political climate, silence feels suspicious. A lack of transparency feels like strategy. And political positioning starts to look a lot like a cover-up. Farage knows how to ride that wave of distrust. He's not presenting this as a legal matter, he's presenting it as a moral one. A principle of democracy question. If leaders can shift core national policies without debate or explanation, what's the point of pretending we have a say? It's dramatic. It's provocative. And like it or not, it's working. Starmer's team hasn't offered a full rebuttal, only a generic statement reaffirming Labour's commitment to balanced, fair, and controlled migration. But the damage may already be done. Because once the public gets the idea that something is being hidden, it doesn't take a leak to create a storm. It just takes doubt. So what happens next? Will Labour clarify their position openly and in detail? Will they deny Farage's claims outright? Or will this be one of those stories that quietly disappears behind other headlines? Either way, one thing is clear. Farage has thrown down the gauntlet. He's dared Starmer to step out from behind the curtain and speak plainly. And in an election year, that challenge might just gain momentum. So ask yourself, if this is just the preview, what's waiting in the next act? Stay tuned.